Galacticos, Euro Cup time. You know, it's the last part of the Euro. Finally, you know, after 24 teams and all these things that we've been seeing for 3 weeks, is down to the last 4 teams.
Last 4.
We're pretty excited. Semifinals: Portugal versus Wales and France against Germany. So let's talk about these games. Let's talk about France and Germany. What do you think is going to happen, Ashley?
This is going to be an interesting match, and I think, I mean, obviously, I just said in another video, one of my favorite footballers right now is Antoine Griezmann, and I'm loving the way he's playing and the way he's being a leader on this team. It's going to be a hard one because I think France hasn't come up against an opponent yet quite like Germany. And so we saw, like, against Iceland, they scored 5 goals, but they didn't have that much, that tricky of an opponent, I would say. And Germany does things well. They're well organized, they're hard to play against, they're hard to win against, hard to score against. They've got a great goalkeeper, Neuer, in the goal, who, that's another thing. He's a great goalkeeper, and so I think it'll be a little bit trickier this time, but France, for me, and I don't know if you guys will agree or disagree, but I think that they've got the offensive power. It's coming from the midfield and to their forwards. I think they're dangerous, powerful. They've got people that are willing to score goals and get back behind the ball. So I mean, I think it'll be really interesting, and especially playing into the what are they called? The people who aren't going to be there. The injuries and the sanctions.
Players.
Oh God, there's the word sanctions.
I think that in this tournament it's true that maybe, you know, Germany has had a consistent kind of okay level.
Right.
You know, what it is for Germany, you know, okay level that will probably like maybe put them in the final. But we haven't seen Germany playing at their peak. No. Or at a low peak either. But I think France is coming with a better momentum.
Right.
You know, the last second half against Ireland was awesome. And then again, the game against Iceland, to me it was proof that France, as a big team, knew what to do against Iceland.
Exactly.
And it's more of goes to show that Portugal and England are not really good teams or well elaborate teams, that they couldn't score goals against these guys. You know, they're a great team, but I think France just came out from the beginning and said, like, look, you know, we need to pressure. These guys are not good, you know, taking the ball out or bringing the ball out, and they pressure there, and you know, in half an hour they were winning 4-0.
That was crazy.
Or 3-0. So I think that, yeah, that momentum could actually favor France.
I agree.
With the offensive power that you're talking about, Griezmann in a sweet moment, Giroud maybe making it
well, it's
better.
nice to see Giroud playing a little better, because I thought at the beginning he wasn't doing.
I don't like Giroud at all,
no.
but
I don't think he's an awesome striker, but he's playing his job. He's doing playing his role well as at 9, and it's nice to have him playing that 9 and Griezmann coming back for the ball and combining well with each other and finding each other. And I mean, he's had some assists, he had some nice header goals, so he's good and strong in the air. So I mean, we see Pogba. I think Pogba is playing amazing.
It's true. Yeah.
And so we've got a number of center midfielders. Coman, I mean, Coman came in, and I really like him.
I think it's gonna play in favor of France also, the fact that they have the full squad.
Right.
And Germany is not gonna be able to count with Hummels for yellow cards, but also Khedira, who's been you know, undoubted or indisputed starter.
Right.
For Germany, is injured, and Mario Gomez is injured because Germany started the Euro Cup with a false 9 idea, and then Joachim Löw changed it to the, you know, classical striker, which was Mario Gomez. But now he's not going to have that option.
Right.
So probably in the, you know, sanction or injured department, France has a bit of an advantage.
So they're going to be missing key players, and Germany's going to be missing key players in their squad, and I think that'll play, obviously, like you just said, to France's advantage. But we'll see how Germany responds. Germany doesn't strike me as a team that, even with these players missing, that they're going to lay down and roll over and die. I don't know how that saying goes.
Hopefully, you know, I said I would have liked to see the Germany against Italy as a more offensive game. In the end, it wasn't. But I think because of the nature of France, this will be a more offensive game, because France is not so focused on defending like Italy does. And
I also think in their artillery, the players that they have, I think if we're going play for players, France has better offensive players than what we saw in Italy. I mean, I like Eder and I like Pele, but I think that, you know, play for player, Pogba, Griezmann.
And, you know, maybe the whole like home team factor will help as well. Although like Germany, you know, they showed 2 years ago that the home team factor was nothing for them, because they had like 100,000 people chanting the Brazilian anthem and all the players. It was like going to war, and they killed them at home. So I don't think there's going to be you know, something in favor of France, maybe to make them play better, but it's not going to intimidate Germany at all.
Maybe not the intimidation factor, but the motivation factor for France to do it in front of their country, in their country.
So France and Germany.
France and Germany, I'm going to go with France.
Well, no, with France too. I went with Italy against Germany. I think Germany have seen the.
And I just want someone else to win besides Germany.
Yeah, they've had their share of winning lately. So I think it's time for France. My dad is French. Well, he's not French, but he was born in France. So there's an emotional factor for me. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with France.
Okay.
Ashley's gonna go with France.
Yes.
Let's talk about Cristiano versus Bale, Wales versus Portugal. The national team of Gales. What do you think is gonna happen there?
Ooh, this one will be interesting to see as well because we've in Gales. In Wales, geez, the Spanish English. In Wales, they've also got one of their most important players
Ramsey's
missing.
out, yeah.
Ramsey missing, and so
especially
I think,
important because of how he played against Belgium. I think they're gonna miss him more because of that.
Right. I mean, he's a playmaker. Him and Bale, for me, have been the two best players on Wales. Even though as a team, they've been collectively playing well and playing like a team believing in each other. It will be interesting to see. I also don't think Portugal, given the players that they have, I've expected them to play better than they have played. And so, it's kind of surprising to me to see a team like Portugal without having actually won a match in 90 minutes. I mean, they've won one match.
Yeah, in 118 minutes or 120.
They tied all the matches in the group
stage.
phases, and they're still here in the semifinals. So I think.
But the good thing about Portugal, maybe what gives them a little thing is, without having played their best, they're still there already. So, if they do play their best, which I don't think is going to happen, I think Wales as a team is at least shown to be more consistent, more solid, more reliable in a lot of aspects. Like Portugal has some explosion in the offense with Nani, Cristiano, who hasn't really showed up yet to the Euro, but maybe this is the game. Maybe this is the game where Cristiano, puts one in early, he gets us boost. And ends up scoring 3 or 4 goals, and he says, you were saying I am over, but, I'm here. But I think that, with the mess they have in defense, they still have a lot of explosion in offense, and that could really complicate Wales.
That could complicate things for Wales. But I really don't know how this match is going to end up. I mean, we saw Wales, and I think Wales is an inferior team to Belgium if you're going player for player.
Yeah.
And they murdered them.
Yeah, but they had a clear idea of what to do as a team. That's
right.
The whole game.
So when you go with this, when a team, everyone's on the same page, and they're playing for the same goal, and nothing's individual, and everything's about the team and their country, and achieving things that they've never achieved before, I think that maybe that plays into their favor. I'm not exactly sure.
For us Madridistas, as well as the whole Bale versus Cristiano thing, is like, who do you want to see in the final?
Well, I mean, it's not.
I don't know, man.
I don't root for one or the other. I mean, I would love to see obviously both
any
of them
in the
final,
yeah.
But I would love to see both of them step up for the team as leaders. And I think this is the thing that we're sort of missing from Cristiano, and we're hoping and everyone's waiting to see him be that leader of Portugal that he keeps saying that he is. And I don't mean, I necessarily mean leader in like the leader way, but I mean the way that he's playing and scoring the goals and putting away those opportunities.
Yeah, and becoming more involved in the game, which for a lot of he's had let's say holes during games where like for 20 or 30 minutes he's just there. But a lot of Cristiano fans are gonna probably kill me, but if I have to choose one or the other, I'm gonna go with Wales, and I would like to see Bale playing that final. I think they've been more of a surprise, and they've made maybe a bit bigger of an effort. So if we talk about deserving, I think that Wales already deserves to be in that final, and I'm gonna go with Bale.
Well, I guess that's what I want. I would like to see Wales in the final, especially after what they did against Belgium. I think that is deserving of moving on to the finals. But realistically, I don't know. I think with Ramsey being out, I might have to go with Iñaki said Portugal. I think realistically Portugal might come out with a win, and I don't know how, but they might somehow find a way to make it to the finals.
So, well, for me it will be a France-Wales, probably a very unpredictable final. 3 weeks ago, and for Ashley, France-Portugal.
Yep.
Also, I think an unpredictable final.
Definitely. Well, actually, I think I may have said I was going with France in the.
Yeah, but maybe not Portugal.
No, definitely not Portugal.
But well, Galacticos, let us know what you think is going to happen. What do you think is going to happen in this game? Who's going to make it to the final? And let us know who you think is going to win it too.
And we're hitting our like campaign. We want to get to 250 likes.
250 likes for us to continue doing these videos. Otherwise, we have to shut down the channel. No, not really. But give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.